I think it's amazing that you kind of hit the lottery, man.
What?
Look, from the era that you grew up in, you had a very understanding set of parents. Okay, I grew up in the 80s and the 90s, and my parents was not. Look, I'm in my age right now. Let me tell my mom I want to be an actor, and my dad that I'm quitting my day job, and I'm going to pursue, playing bass guitar. I'm going to pursue being an actor. They're gonna fucking flip their lid.
Well, yeah, you're talking about understanding. I don't think they truly understood me, but
they supported you.
But they supported unconditionally.
That's the thing.
That's a big deal.
Look, Geoff, I tried to play basketball growing up.
Yeah.
And both my parents was like, "That's a waste of time. What are you doing?" And I was actually talented in it. I mean, naturally, I got the height, I got the speed, the athleticism. Right. I was a Chinese guy, 13 years old, started dunking. Right. My first dunk.
Wow.
Right. I got handle. I got a jump shot. However, it was kind of raw because I was still developing like strength and skill sets and just a lot of other things. When you're 13, you're still developing your abilities. Parents pulled me out. I made the high school team. Parents was like, nope.
Really?
Pulled me out. Oh, 100%. Anything that didn't have to do anything with books,
academics,
grades, having a letter associated with it or a large number like 100 was unacceptable.
Wow.
So they pulled me away from it no matter how many trophies I brought home. And I brought home a shit. If you go to my house, you see a ton of trophies. If I ever wanted to take it seriously beyond the hobby, no. And it's not exclusive to me.
And how does that affect you now? How do you tie that in with being creative artists?
I can't be my age and blame anyone for the outcome of my life, for better or for worse. I really can't, because that's a situation that I was put in, and at my age now, I should be able to correct it and move forward regardless of whatever happened. Things happen to everyone.
You are.
So I'm not going to play the victim. Do I think that I could have made something more of myself? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because, you're telling me to be a fish, and I'm not a fish. I'm a land animal, let's say, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm an eagle. I'm
Sure.
supposed to fly, and you keep telling me to swim. One thing though, I think it's huge, that now that I'm a father, I know better now, so I'll do better. So what you did for me that didn't work, and I know it doesn't work, I'm not going to do that to my kids. I'm going to be way more understanding. I'm going to support them in their endeavors and their dreams and their goals. I'm going to push them. I'm going to be their biggest advocate. And that's, so for me, I think because of that, it's going to help me become a much better father, because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to miss opportunities, to have a God-given talent and not be able to really fully express the greatness that was there, within where I was in my prime. And parents are going to make mistakes. It's not like my parents were being mean, right? They just thought what they did was best. I mean, they were wrong, but coming from their culture,
they're doing it out of love.
It was out of love. It was tough love, but they were closed-minded. And that's why I say you hit the lottery with that, because especially you came up before I did. And to have parents like that that'll support you, even though they didn't fully understand you, was absolutely incredible for an Asian American, first generation. It's mind-blowing to me. When I hear something like that, I'm like, wow. I mean, like, look, Jeremy Lin would not be Jeremy Lin, I don't think, if his mother supported him, right? Went to the lengths that she did, right?
She did.
She did, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think we need all the help we can get as Asian Americans, because when we're trying to do anything creative or entertainment, we're not known for that already. Like you can be really good at something, but being an Asian American, and I don't want to play the victim here, but these are facts. You got to be extra, extra, extra good in order to be on the same playing field in the same group of people that are just okay, that are just good.
You got to be extra good to make the same money also.
To make the same money. Because you have to prove that you belong. And whereas these people, they just already belong.
Yeah.
And you know, so it's like giving somebody a 10-second head start, and to say that we have to beat them in a race, otherwise we're not qualified. That's fucking crazy. So that's what I'm saying. So now you're giving them a 10-second head start, and your people in your own circle aren't even there to support you. People that love you, and they're telling you to do something else. You know, like you want to play music, you want to do this, but they're telling you to.
That's how they were
stick
taught.
your nose in a
parents were
book
taught that.
and memorize a bunch of useless facts, and then they want you to sit at a desk and type away or whatever it is, or work in a restaurant and cook and for just physical labor, or I don't know, just do something that doesn't require too much thought. And I'm afraid of that. And I knew I knew that's exactly where I was headed if I followed my parents' dream for me, is to do something that becomes repetitive every fucking day. I can't do that.
Oh yeah, I could not do what my father did. My father commuted actually, like
look at the people I'm taking advice from.
Yeah.
My mom and dad, they did the same thing every day, grueling physical labor, and they're giving me advice. So they're giving me advice to be like them, and I'm looking at I'm like, there's no way I want to do that. There's no way I want to like work that physical to the bone, like in my prime of my life. I don't want to do that. That's not what it's about. Survival? I don't want to survive. I want to thrive. I want to put myself in a position to fly.
Yeah. Well, sometimes survival comes first. I mean,
right.
Like I drove a truck.
But
yeah,
Geoff, you're in this world. I mean, how much faster can you move if there isn't any friction? That's my point. You can move in anything you do in life if you have a clear path. You're going to get to A to B way faster versus if there's friction, if there's things in your way going against you. It's going to take you a lot longer to get there. You're going to have to go around. It's like an added weight that you don't need. That's what I'm talking about. The support is so important.
Yeah.
You know, like if anything you pursue, the first thing a lot of, I guess if you look at street smart, street culture, corporate culture, the first thing any smart business people do in general, in business in general, they remove whatever's causing friction.
Okay.
So that you can get there easy. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, but they're just going to remove anything that's not conducive to your goal. Look, you go from here. This is your starting point. You want to be here. So we don't know each step, but we know that we want to be here. So while we're moving there, we're going to learn on the way. Anything that's causing friction, we get to remove that while we're going there so that we have a smoother sailing. And that's the whole point. And that's what I'm saying. Like growing up, how many Jeremy Lins did we miss out on? How many great musicians did we miss out on? And how many of those people with these, and I'm not just saying like Asian people, okay? Anyone that grew up in this, anyone that had all these amazing dreams, amazing ideas, extremely talented, and they didn't get a chance to really maximize on that talent, really live their life. Instead, they were put in a fucking desk. They chose to live in fear, to be buried, to be safe and unhappy. That to me is so frustrating. That's the most depressing story. If I watched a movie about that, I mean, you watch movies, you're an actor. We all love movies. Who doesn't? You watch a movie about somebody who had all this fucking potential, and at the end of the fucking movie, he just goes back into a mundane life. Every day's the same. He wakes up to the alarm clock. He's tired. He's sitting down, being around people that's abusing him. You know, he's mentally unhealthy, and he's not, he's just his life is just being wasted away. To me, there's no greater tragedy.
That's a scary thought. Yeah.
It's absolutely terrifying. You want to know what scares me? That shit is scary. So when I hear your story, man, I find it fascinating. I find it incredible that growing the era that you grew up on, that you can kind of, you grew up in an area and you're downplaying it a bit, but it was dangerous, right? But you were able to not fall into that bullshit, right? And you go, you know what? I like this. I'm going to do music. I'm going to do acting. You found something that you love.